Good morning. Welcome to the Monday Morning Cup of Coffee. I'm your host, Tommy Womack, and I'm coming to you this morning from Harrisonburg, Virginia, at a Quality Inn, which is a lovely room, a nice king-size bed, and a flat-screen TV, HD quality, of course, a shower that really kicks butt. I haven't moved into an upper income bracket. I have to recommend, I don't want to make a commercial for a product that's not sponsoring me, but Priceline rules. I got this hotel room for $59. It's a $90 room if it's anything. So definitely do Priceline if you're a poor musician like me out on the road. Had a awesome weekend. 3 great gigs. Lancaster, Ohio was a lovely audience, and they paid attention, and it was really rewarding. Thank you, Adam Dawson and BrokenJukebox.com for setting up that gig. And then Saturday was really nice. I had a really good audience at the Iota in Arlington, Virginia. But I really must mention Friday night in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania at the Mount Chunk Opera House, opening for Todd Snyder. That gig was everything a singer-songwriter ever dreams of doing. A sold-out Opry House, probably about 300 or 400 people there, and they knew who I was. You know, my Todd Snyder association paid off, and oh my God, the reception of every tune was just what you hope to have. It was, I almost teared up a couple of times on stage, which I wasn't really going to fully tear up because my meds kind of keep that in check. But it was a great weekend. That Todd gig, I tell you, I'm going to be living spiritually on that for weeks or months now. Coming up this Friday, the 26th, at Flagler Beach, Florida, Kokomo's Cafe. Come see me. And then I'm playing a house concert in St. Augustine, Florida, Saturday night, the 27th. If you want more information about how to come to it, write me at tommy@tommywomack.com. And I don't think we've had a sip of coffee yet together. Oh, how could we go so long? Have a sip with me here. I love hotel rooms with coffee makers. I thought I'd do you a new song here. This is something I recorded in Woodstock a few weeks ago, working on it for the next record. John Lennon, on his Plastic Ono Band record in 1970, released a song called God. In 1987, U2 released a song called God Part 2, and so this is God Part 3. My daddy was a preacher, so am I. I believe Jesus was a brilliant guy, a revolutionary figure of his time, nailed in Jerusalem for misdemeanor crime. I try to be a Christian, 'cause that's how I was raised. Work within your faith is what the Dalai Lama says. I choose to picture Jesus in the clouds up above. I believe in Beatles, I believe in love. The Sermon on the Mount is a beauty to behold. Not a word is wasted, every line is gold. Should be required reading for every girl and boy. That's one part of the Bible I actually enjoy. His name was really Yeshua, that's what the folks would say. His people were so poor they couldn't afford the letter J. That letter didn't come till the Romans came around. nailing folks to wooden beams and throwing all their weight around. No Jew would ever have another Jew crucified. They threw rocks at your head if they decided you should die. Words get twisted till you don't know what they say, and now the Jews take the rap for killing a Jew in a Roman way. The real Pontius Pilate was a cruel and vicious man. He'd crucify 100 Jews with a wave of his hand. He was such a sadist, Caesar called him home. That's pretty damn psychotic when you're talking ancient Rome. The Romans took no prisoners, the Romans hated crowds. Yeshua rode into town and started talking loud. Centurions were everywhere to keep Passover quiet. Our man went to temple and commenced a one-man riot. They made him an example for everyone to see. They whipped the living shit out of him, nailed him to a tree on a hill outside of town between two common thieves, and all his hippie followers scattered like the leaves. Pilate gave the order, then washed his hands for lunch. One donkey riding troubadour did not concern him much. What happened went by word of mouth, and it went that way for years. Changed a little every time it landed in fresh ears. He's Jesus with a J now, Lord Christ the King. A best-selling author with advice on everything. He never wrote a word, never started no religion. Maybe never thought he'd ever be in this position. My daddy was a preacher, so am I. I believe Jesus was a brilliant guy. I believe fish gotta swim and pigs fly. I believe in Beatles, I believe in love. I choose to picture Jesus in the clouds up above. I believe in Beatles, I believe in love. My alarm on the phone. I would have stopped and started recording again, but the phone was in rhythm with the song, so what the heck. Maybe that was God saying he liked the song. Don't let the bastards get you down. I'll see you next week from Florida. God bless you. You deserve it. Have a good week.